If you would like to check out all of my sounds, samples, and presets, all links are in the bio. Alright, welcome back to another video. This is like a dark, deep house song, so I think so. I couldn't really put my finger on it. It starts off as this uplifting future pop song, which you'll see in a second. The ideas just never come to fruition, the original ideas, but it starts off as that uplifting future pop song, but I wiped all that out, put in some deep house sounds, deep house drums, 4-on-the-floor kick, and I just went from there. So it still has that uplifting feel in the intro and build up, but the drop is pretty dark, kind of like a night vibe. And I feel like it's a nice blend of those two. So let's hop into it. All right, let's do a quick overview of the project so far. There's a lot done. It's a little sparse. Casual video today. We're just going to be building out this drop. I think what I could do is get like a big chord stack synth. So that's going to be something like this one. We can mess with this, but what we're going to do is we're going to filter it ourselves. Oh yeah, we'll do some brass stabs in there too. Why not? Ain't nobody. We'll keep that sustained too. Alright, quick update. I'm trying to get more shots in the actual middle of me making it. So what I did now, we changed it to a 4-on-the-floor kick. We can add a couple of those voices. We're going from the 6th chord, so this minor is a 6. Then we go down to the 5, but we go to like the 5.5. It's what I call it. I had this bass line, then I went. So we're gonna automate this format. I think we're able to do it. We're on to something. All right, so we're back in the project, and as always, a couple of things changed. A lot of things changed, which I went from this beat. And I just went to a standard 4-on-the-floor kick right down here. We changed a lot in this, and starting from the top, we got the vocal lead section, which I love this. I love this little counter. And that lead is from the free Slap House pack, the most recent Slap House pack. It's the 2 colors lead from that. And on certain parts, it's supplementing that vocal just on certain notes. And that vocal chop this is just a classic case of Vocal Synth Pro. So I bounced out this version just because for CPU purposes, but the Polyvox, we have the format up there, and that's also being automated throughout the song just to change up the vibe of it. And when this chord progression change comes in, I love doing this type of stuff. Like, it's just my favorite thing. The right here. I don't know what it's called, but it's when you go from the minor 6 to the 5 in a progression. You go from 6, I call it the 5.5, to the 5. It's just a nice little slide progression done. I love doing that. Now for the chords, I settled on. This is that same Prevail preset, that big future bass trapped style preset. Took out that 3rd octave and then or 3rd oscillator, and then 1 and 2 took down the detune, so it's more of like a warmer, little bit of detune type sound. It's less of like a hype type synth. It's more chilled. That's also being controlled with that fruity filter right here. I love the control you can have with that. You can shape it exactly how you want. So without it, it's just that. So we're just controlling that. Which without the filter, cool little transition right here as well. I love that. It's just like a weird thing. It's just a little part of the chord. Delay is being automated, so we got really short delay. We've got reverb, then phaser to top it off. Nice little transition spot. Below that is the Calvin Klein house type bass, Calvin Harris type house bass. I've used this for like 3 videos now. I promise I'll do like something a little different soon, but I just love using this. It's such a useful bass preset. And one cool thing I added in this macro number 4, this is normally empty. And what I did was I put this onto the filter cutoff. So now if I open it, the filter cutoff opens up. And it's also on the filter drive too. So as we open it, it gets a little dirtier. Almost like one of those like slap house, deep house reverse basses. I love doing that. So it's getting dirtier. The volume's also getting automated as well. And that little glitchy part, this brass is... That was an accident and I just actually kept it a little offbeat. Just sounds good with the drums. We have a string coming in there for some more energy for that second half. And I'm also bringing in that. That's coming from the break, and that's a Deep House Medusa preset. I love this. So we're bringing that stuff back in, and these are also in the build break.
It's me and you, ain't nobody else beside us. It's me and you, ain't nobody else on my mind.
I had that little Sunset Jesus type feel, the little tom feel, but I got tired of using it. I was gonna leave it empty, but I figured I'll add something there.
Ain't nobody else around.
Little fill there to get the momentum going. And you're gonna see a lot of atmospheric stuff in this one. So we have more kalimbas, little re-space. This is the thickest re-space I've ever created. It's that tinted one from Prevail. It's super, I feel like it's just super mean. I love that. Nice little synth shot, more atmospheric stuff. And listen to that in the mix. I sneak it in there.
Beside us, it's me and you, ain't nobody else on my mind.
And I'm also previewing that little chord change. As for that lead, this, I'm not really doing that much of a preview of it. Normally people put them at the beginning of the song, in the build up, but I love introducing it out of nowhere. There's a little hint in the drop. There's a little hint. You can hear it. That last second. And the verse is pretty much the same thing, except super dialed back. Just these. Then I recorded just a little octaves guitar. That's the same one in the drop. I love how it starts with that breath and then it just opens up. That was my big plan for it. We have the same elements that are being repeated through the song. We have the guitar chords, little synth shot, Calvin Harris dip. And the project does look a little filled up because I have so many, there's a lot of automations and little things going on here, but that's just kind of my workflow. This could have been done in half the amount of tracks used on the left side, okay? All right, everyone, that wraps up this one. Let me know what you think down below. I love doing these. I love seeing the progression of it being bad and then just turning into pretty good ideas. So let me know what you think, and here's the full playthrough.
Before we go, I wanna pretend there's no world left outside our room where it is just me and you, ain't nobody else beside us. It's me and you, ain't nobody else on my mind. No one around us now, we are the only ones. It's me and you, ain't nobody else around us. It's me.
If you would like to check out all of my sounds, samples, and presets, all links are in the bio.